All right, all right. Hello, everyone. We are just getting set up today. Let me make sure that's sharing. Awesome, awesome. Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, December 22nd. And this is Alina Likes Cozy. We are a game dev stream focused on making our fitness cozy exercise game fitment and other game dev related stuff. So what we have on the agenda today, we'll be working on some Blender, and I'm taking a Blender course on Udemy called the Blender Complete Blender Creator course. It's fantastic. I've been trying to learn Blender for a while now, and so to get this working is, or like not get this working, but to like finally like go ahead and like make what I feel like is a bunch of really great and real progress has been fantastic. My third monitor just broke for the third time today. Shoot, well, let me go ahead and fix that. But for now, feel free check out our trailer here, and I'm also gonna pull up excuse me, some cozy Christmas lo-fi tunes as well. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Excellent. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do a lot of screen switching right now. This monitor just broke. And welcome back, everyone. We are streaming both on Twitch and YouTube today, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know what it looks like on your screen because now both of my monitors are like kind of down at the moment. So really not the greatest start to the stream, but let's go ahead, get us all set up here. Cool, it looks like you can see my main screen, which is what we want. Oh, last night I tried to 3D print the chessboard of the chessboard, like the board part, and that became a hideous mess on my 3D printer. It went full spaghettis, and I woke up this morning because I did an overnight print starting at like 3 in the morning, and woke up and it was horrible. So not my day with that, not my day. Okay, and hold on. We gotta just double check a few more things. Okay, and where is my creator dashboard? I hope my monitor doesn't break again, but we will see. And what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna do the double screen thing and show on one screen Blender, and then on the other screen a little bit of the video we'll be playing, the Blender Creator course. So yeah, this is, my gosh, day 11 of me learning Blender. I'm now maybe 26, 27 hours roughly into learning Blender, and this is how far we got yesterday. So the goal of this module is to make a modular dungeon with these 100 pieces, and yesterday we worked on finishing this doorway, so cutting a wall into that, and then also adding materials and adding colors to all of it. So it's looking pretty good so far. Awesome. Okay. And so if you hear that that other voice, that won't be me. We'll be streaming the Udemy, and then also just want to know, on the VOD, you're not going to be able to hear it or hear the music if you're curious and playing this back. So that's why you should join me live. All right, let's go ahead and continue the next part of the lecture.
In this lecture, we'll be making some floor tiles with broken tiles on top of, create some variation around the dungeon floor. So here's where we got up to last time, and in order to create the floor modules, it would be a nice idea to map out a small room so we can see what they're going to look like and how they might work together. So I can choose any of my 3 different walls here to make up this room. I've already used this pillar, so perhaps I'll use a different pillar this time for the rest of the walls. I'll go to top view and press Alt D to
Oh, I almost got out my numpad for Blender.
snap it into position and left click. You may actually want to turn snapping on, which is up here in the middle, as it's a touch easier than always holding down control. So this module we just placed here, I'll press R90 and rotate it 90 degrees in the Z axis, of course. And we've got the start of a corner of our room. So back to top view, and I'll carry this on around the room. So Alt D, move it into position, and just keep doing that. Of course, at the end here, R90 will go around the corner. I could have another doorway here, perhaps, so I could duplicate this doorway. So Alt D, move that to here, R180, and move that into position. And then for the other side, I'll need this pillar here, so I'll use this wall module here. Back to top view, Alt D, move that into position, R180, and then go back to these modules here, which have that different pillar, Alt D, R90.
Okay, so we're gonna go out and follow those instructions to go ahead and make a square room. So let's see the location of all these things are like a little whack. So I want to start the door module at like 0, 0 basically. 0, 0. Basically, if I go ahead and add a floor, where is the floor currently? Okay, it does look like it's kind of floating a bit. No? Yes? Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe that's just how the shadows are placed. And we got the Christmas beats on today. Let's see if I can get my keystrokes up for those who want to follow along. Karnak. Huh. Did I like uninstall that file? That is very strange. And I want to make sure they're all at the same height. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this hard-coded in 1.51. It's weird it doesn't like apply to all of them. Look at this, we're getting better. To a Merry Christmas and a Happy 2023. Okay, so these are all now in place. And what we have to do is, what is it? I think increment, turn that on. We're gonna press top view. And let's go into maybe, I guess we can stay in shading. Top view. Kind of wanted to see the grid, but that's okay. So I'm gonna press G in top view. Oh my gosh. We want to move this exactly there. I'll say GX. Huh. Is that kind of roughly the wall size? Something like that. Then I'm gonna go ahead, Shift D. Let's go have there. Whoops. Why did that do that? So Shift D to duplicate and moved it in a weird spot. Shift D, G, X, 5. Let's go top view 7. And I just want to go ahead and connect that to the other door thing. Let's like get closer. G. So I think it's kind of like that. Cool. And then now we can go ahead and build the rest of the room. So they're just making it a 3x3 of these module pieces. So we can go ahead on 7 and rotate this 90. G to grab, and let's get closer here. Brr, my house is so cold today. It is very cold where I am currently living. I kind of want to make sure that's like all centered. Also, I can see some of this is not centered. So going in a wireframe mode. Okay. Can do Shift D there. Rotate 90. And I'm just typing these all in the keyboard. Okay, and we'll go to wireframe. Just want to make sure those are like lined up exactly, like maybe something like that. Maybe let's go ahead and Shift D, R90. Let's take a look closer. Then what we're going to do is these 3 walls, we're going to Shift D and move them all down. Hold on, and let's get closer to line it up. Ooh, and the other thing we need to do is R180, G to grab, and then let's line it up to here. Let's take a look. G to grab. Just make sure that all looks good, all lined up. Then, what is it? Shift D, R180, and we're gonna go ahead and just flip this around. Just take a look. Zoom, zoom. Is that equal spacing? Okay. And then let's do our -90. There we go. Oh, shoot. Our Blender journey, it's not bad so far. You can like kind of line it up pretty exact there. Okay, this isn't gonna be pixel perfect either, which yes, does bother me, but kind of is what it is. Let's just see the wall types we have so far. Looking at this. Oh, I totally like how I just forgot about the back of that wall and the back of this wall. Whoopsie daisy. What should we do? Let's do like one with like a single block. I like this one, so I'm gonna do Shift D. What is it? Shift D and then X. Y, G, Y. Okay, let's go to the top view. Try and rotate that by 180. Gonna switch to wireframe. And let's go ahead and just make sure the position there looks good. So G, and then I'm holding Shift. We'll do, wow, this feels like a little off. whatever. And look at that. There's our first completed dungeon. Also, because I didn't link these, I will have to update both of those walls. So I'm just gonna leave it. Sometimes we have happy mistakes. I wanna keep it cozier. The last couple of streams, maybe less cozy, a lot more stressful. But I want to keep the cozy vibes and go with the Bob Ross mythology of let's just leave some happy mistakes. Alright, and let's go ahead and continue the next part of the course, which is this title of this one is creating the floor module. So it sounds like we're going to make some tile floors.
And a useful tip here is if I press Shift R, that repeats the last action. So my last action was to duplicate this one and move it over here. So by repeating that last action, it did exactly the same thing here. Now I can't press it again because I did select this one and then went back to this one. So I'll have to just press Alt D this time and move it into position. But that might speed things up if you have a really long wall. You can just press Shift R to repeat the last action. So we've got ourselves a nice looking room with two doorways, and that looks great. So pause the video and create a room for yourself. You can have the doorways in different positions if you like. Make sure it's at least this big because I want to talk about the floor tiles, but it can be bigger if you like. So pause the video and have a go at that.
Cool.
Okay, for the next bit, I'll go back to the layout workspace.
Go back to layout.
And for a floor module, press Shift A to add, mesh, and then plane.
Okay, already did that.
4 meters by 4 meters. So I'll type in 4 here.
So we already created a floor right here, but they want it to be module. So the whole point of this lecture is creating little Lego blocks so that we can go ahead and reuse. Also, if you are new to the stream and just swinging by, just saw some folks pop on in. Hey there, my name is Alina. I am a self-taught game dev working on making a fitness mobile game called Fitment, which is out on early access right now, so you can go try it out. But my main role on our small team is I'm currently the developer, and we use Unity with also some visual scripting, no code, with Playmaker. And that's been really exciting. But something that has been on my bucket list, I swear, since 2016, has been learning Blender, and I'm doing it. We're 11 days in. And so I'm following this fantastic course. I think this course, I'm not sponsored to say this or anything, but this course I think is what is really pushing me forward with learning it. I love YouTube videos. I learned, all of C#, Playmaker, and all that from YouTube videos, but just like for how confusing the UI is of Blender for like if you're a Blender noob like myself, I needed something really hand-holdy, like really, really hand-holdy, and that's exactly what this detailed course offers. So this is on Udemy. I'm just getting some lotion. My hands are really dry. Oh. If you're also from the Midwest, USA, give a little shout out. We had a crazy, crazy winter storm last night. I probably should go out and shovel the driveway. But house is all nice and dry. Okay. So this is your break to lotion up. Okay, just put. Sorry, I'm like really dry right now. I know I'm like interrupting my stream to put lotion on my hands and face, but like we are at that level. So I'm getting crusty, and you don't want your girl to be super crusty. Okay. I hope that's all good. Excellent. But welcome to the cozy space. Welcome to my parents' basement. So if you're here trying to crank out some work before the holidays so you can take a break, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or other winter upcoming holidays, let's get some work done. Let's co-work together. Okay, and let's see what the next part of the video is.
That creates our plane 4x4.
4x4.
Because of the positioning of it, it's actually difficult to snap to the grid. If I press G to grab now, it is snapping to the grid, but it's keeping its location in the middle of the grid, if that makes sense. So because it placed it in where the 3D cursor is, it's not quite on the grid. Now what I could have done is
Move the
reset
origin.
my 3D cursor back to the world origin. You can do that with Shift S to bring up the pie menu for the 3D cursor, and you've got cursor to world origin there. That will bring it back to the origin. And then Shift A to add, and then I could have added the plane in that way. But I'll escape that. I can just, with my plane selected, remove any movement. So select these three, press 0, and that will move it back to the center of the grid. So rather than applying movement, I'm clearing the movement so it goes back right into the center. So back to top view, now when I press G to grab, it's snapping to the grid, and I can place my first floor module in the corner there. So
Might need to rewatch that last little bit there. Let me turn down the music just a tad. And always let me know how audio and sound quality is.
catch up with me and add in a floor module and place it somewhere into your room.
I don't know if I like totally understand what's happening, but like floor module, floor module, floor module. So I think we're okay and all caught up. So let's continue and see what the next part of the course is.
Like I have here. Okay, so it's a good idea to have a few floor modules, so we've got a bit of variation across our floor. And rather than just having a completely plain floor, it's nice to put some kind of tiles in there, maybe broken tiles, and that can break up the whole of the floor and make it look a little bit more organic and natural. So what I'm going to do is create some broken floor tiles and join them with a floor module. So to do that, I'll come back to the world origin, Shift A to add, mesh, and then cube. And I'll scale this right down in the Z-axis so it's fairly flat like this. And I want it fairly small, so I'll scale it down a bit further. And this will be the first of my tiles. And I'm going to edit this slightly so it's got some chipped corners, maybe have some smaller ones in there, things like that. So I'll go into edit mode, and I'll go into top view.
So we're making smaller tiles now. I don't know how this has anything to do with this 4x4 plane we made though.
Because I've box selected it. So back to top view and then press Ctrl B to bevel, and it's got a chipped corner of this tile. I can select the other corner here, Ctrl B to bevel, maybe a little bit further. This one here, Ctrl B to bevel, and a little bit less. And maybe this one, a fair bit more. And I can adjust the shape if I want by maybe selecting these and pressing G to grab. Oh, I've still got snapping turned on, so I'll turn snapping off. Just there, and maybe this corner here, G to grab, into about there, and we've got ourselves a kind of tile shape. And you can adapt this accordingly. Maybe I'll select this edge here. Again, it's tricky to see that you've got an edge selected when you select them like this, but you can just about see it. You could always go into vertex mode, which is a little bit clearer, and box select like this to make sure you get the one underneath it as well. So I'll create another tile, but I'll use this one as a base. So back into object mode, Shift D to duplicate, and move that across to the side here. Shift D because I want to edit the shape. Alt D is when you want a linked duplicate. So into edit mode with this one, and maybe edit the shape here, move these slightly, move these across slightly, and these ones, and I've got a different shape. So I'll quickly do that a couple more times to show you the type of layout I'm looking for. So Shift D to duplicate, I'll rotate this one slightly, G to grab, and I'll scale it, but I'll press Shift Z so it doesn't get any thinner, so they're all the same thickness. Back to top view, into edit mode, and maybe adjust the shape slightly. So very simplistic, nice and basic, just changing the shape slightly. I'll use this one and Shift D to duplicate, and this one I'll keep it simple and just scale in the X to start with, so it's a bit flatter and thinner like this. Maybe rotate it round and place it into a position like this. And maybe one more, Shift D, duplicate, scale, Shift Z, set it around here, and again, editing the shape, maybe this one be less beveled. So something like this. So I've got my tiles there, and I'll add those to a floor module eventually. But now's a good time to catch up with me and create some floor tiles like I have here.
I don't fully understand what's going on. So they're making like little inset tiles, I guess. I'm gonna just skip ahead in the video to see what the final like output is. I see. They're not basically they're just creating little rocks. So we're gonna go ahead and create some little rocks to add to our floor tiles. So our dungeon is full of rocks on the floor. Someone is not maintaining this dungeon very well. So over here, guess I'll move my cursor. We will click Shift A to add, and we'll go ahead and add this little plane, and then we'll scale it down. I'm gonna go ahead and make some little rocks. Also, let's move Z to like 0 here at least. Cool. And I'm gonna stay in top view. From tab to edit mode. And let's go ahead and maybe I'm gonna press 1 on here. Control B. V. Oop. It's just adding some corners here. It's weird, I can't just bevel. Whee! V, affect edges, V. Why is that not working? So I'm doing Control B and then pressing V. Okay, there we go. And we'll go ahead, Control B, V. We're gonna go ahead and affect all these. Hey Minty Man, welcome back. You know what? It's actually going, this is the best attempt of me learning Blender thus far. I don't wanna like sound cocky or anything, but like I think it's going really well. I'm sure y'all can learn Blender way faster than I ever can, but like for all the failed attempts, like I'm feeling good. Minty Man, how are you doing this holiday season? Okay, so I just added another plane. Want that to be 0. Gonna just scale it down. And we'll go to edit mode. So we're just making some like broken tile rocks or something, I guess. Whee! Yeah, look at me. I'm kind of breezing through some shortcuts here. Then I'll select some points and just do some manipulation. Ooh, keep it rounded, keep it rounded. And oops, let me tab out. G to grab. And then let me just, I'm gonna Shift D this one and we'll go ahead. Brown Disappointment, door 2. You could call it that. We're actually working on the floor today. So for those who are lurking, we are working on the complete Blender creator course, and we're working on making a modular dungeon. And the instructor told me to make a bunch of funky little rocks for our floor tiles to add some character, you know, add some style. Oh my god, floor! Yes, 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 yes. Appreciate your enthusiasm. So I'm just gonna like make this homie a little smaller. I don't know. Let me duplicate this one. Oops, exit out. I hope everyone's doing well though this holiday season. I know the holidays can be rough for some, and some people really don't like the holidays. So I hope you all are surviving, or if you enjoy it, I hope, you know, this is your time of the year. I think after a crazy 2022, we all deserve a little bit of a rest. Dialogue system from Pixel Crusher. What is Pixel Crusher? I'm not familiar. Is that what you're working on? You're working on a dialogue system? These rocks look okay. Like, does this look fine for some rocks? Whatever, we're gonna say it looks fine for some rocks. So we're gonna now extrude this. It's an asset I bought off the Unity store. I'm learning it. Ooh. How are you liking it? Tell me a quick overview, if you don't mind, of the dialogue system. I don't think there's gonna be dialogue in this game. I like custom wrote a bunch of my own dialogue system in Playmaker. Actually, it was like one of the first things I did learning Playmaker was designing that system. And Alina regrets that. So I'm pressing E to extrude. Oh, we gotta select faces. So face mode. Oop, E to extrude. Oh no. E to extrude in the Z direction. Maybe like little thin boys like that. I don't know. Great rocks, by the way. They look like rocks I would find in nature. No, they really don't, but thanks, Brown. Keep lying to me. I like this. Keep the cozy vibes. Minty Man, are you working on the same game, or are you working on a different project, by the way? Sorry, that kind of scared me. My mom says I'm too loud. She's like, Elena, why are you yelling? I'm like, I'm not yelling. This is like my regular volume of voice. But, I don't know. I think we're all getting sick of each other in this house. Yeah, Minty Man is making a game as well. It's very powerful. There's a lot you can do with it. Brown disappointment. You're surrounded by like game devs. It's time to convert you. You'll soon be teaching me stuff. All right. Those are some sad looking rocks. Let's watch the next part of this Udemy tutorial.
Of them, so I can edit them. So I'll select them all, shift each duplicate X -4, so they're across to the side here, and then I can go in and start editing these tiles. So into edit mode, for example, I'll select all these, scale in the Y this time to make it sort of squashed like this, and adapt the shape, or I can go into another one, into edit mode, into top view, and just start. Oh, make sure I'm in X-ray mode, and select both those and start moving these around. I can also change the position slightly to create some variation this way.
Here, I want this to snap.
Slightly. And if I want to drastically change the shape of the tile, I'll go into edit mode and make some adjustments like this. Always remember, if you're scaling, to press shift so you don't change the thickness of the tile.
What am I doing? Here, let's go to top view. Okay, so instructor is just making a bunch of these, oh my gosh, tiles. Low stress, y'all. Low stress. Let's keep calm and carry on. I'm not very good at it, though. I can never finish a project. I've been doing it on and off since I was like 12. That's awesome, though. I mean, keep on practicing, right? So, are you working then on a different game? So, I guess, can I like, whoa, I guess I cannot move stuff. Also, what is happening here? Feel like I kind of messed up already. Whatever, R180. There you go. I don't know what's going on here. I don't like that these rocks are so big. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just like make some other custom ones. Let's put this plane here. Maybe you'll make the next Fortnite. Yeah, exactly. I'm working on a different project right now while I learn the dialogue system. I don't want to be testing stuff in my main project. Smart person, Minty Man. Smart Minty Man. 'Tis the Minty Man. Your girl would totally just like duplicate a scene and then just like really start like messing with stuff. Your girl also not the greatest coding practices at all times. Okay, I want to go ahead and make smaller rocks? Question mark? One day I'll release something that everyone to be like, wow, much good. Heck yeah, heck yeah. I'm excited for that day to come. There's so many talented indie game devs that make incredible stuff. So I think it really depends on what your goal is. Like if you're trying to become like a business, trying to build a studio, like you're trying to like get super profitable off games, you know what I mean? Okay, here's rock one. Whoop. I feel like these rocks have to be like way smaller. It's like giant like slabs of sheet. I talk about this a lot, but my dream is to build my studio Glossbird to make games for wellness. So, you know, the theme of this game is exercise, but I'd love in the future to go ahead and, oh wow, these are all in the same object, whoops. Love to go ahead and make more titles after Fitment around kind of the same thesis of creating games for wellness. But where am I going with? Kind of ranting. Nothing wrong with having a bunch of talented indie devs out there. Wait, that's a lie. I once made a 3D bedroom that had a TV you could watch Pokemon clips on, a PC you could turn on, and an amp you could shut off and on. That's awesome. That's awesome. Was it like a sim kind of game? Or just like a little project? That sounds awesome. I love the little details. When game devs add those like little kind of things, I love that stuff. Like little interactables in the environment that really don't do any purpose except just add a little touch to the world. That's the kind of stuff I'd love to do. But that kind of stuff is very time consuming. And then once you set the precedent of certain things are interactable, you got to be careful because then your player starts clicking on everything to see if it's interactable or not. And then they get disappointed if only like one thing in your entire game is interactable. Right, yeah. You're still talking about that door brown disappointment. I'm glad I can impress you. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Minty Man's game is gonna be awesome. Brown Disappointment's really, really into doors. So if anyone has a game with doors, let Brown Disappointment here in chat know. That's cool. I just read Minty Man's concept, horror game concept about the doors. That's awesome. Let's get out of edit mode. Well, I made this all one object, which maybe was like dumb. Oh. And then E to... Okay, E to extrude? No, tab edit, E to extrude. I feel like I'm not doing a very fast job at this, but that's okay. Just enjoy the process. Sometimes you ever just like want to like speed learn something and then you're like disappointed in yourself because you want to learn something like super fast. Can't do that though. Can't have those expectations. This is but the beginning of the Blender journey. Game dev is forever, or a very long time. Oh my gosh! Brown Disappointment. Thank you for the subscribe there. Thank you for supporting the channel. Oh, Minty Man gifted a tier 1 sub to Brown Disappointment. I misread that. Minty Man, thank you so much. You didn't need to do that. Thanks for supporting the stream. Heck yeah, and welcome. You can, I gotta put more emotes for y'all. You now have access to the most famous emote of them all. The Alina Rant emote. Brown Disappointment. Fan of the doors. My goodness. Excellent. Okay, let me go ahead and just make rocks. Rocks. Wow, you guys are so awesome. Thank you for spreading that holiday cheer. It's like, seriously, really appreciate it, Minty Man. Thank you, both of you. Both of you have shown up many a times now. Minty Man's been here for actually quite some time. Brown Disappointment, a little bit newer to the stream, but love to have you, both of y'all, here with me today. Let's spread the holiday cheer, no? And we got some funky little Christmassy winter holiday lo-fi beats to keep us company. Oh my gosh, one day when you're a big studio, I can say I knew her when she was just a Twitch streamer. Y'all are too much. Y'all are too much. I want to become a big studio. This is definitely ego. This is the ego. This is the inner tech bro in me. But I want to, you know, I'm not doing this for like fame or whatever, but I want to get big. Like I want millions of people to play my games, and I want millions, I hope to impact millions. That's my goal. I can create wellness for 1 million gamers. Seriously, I could die happy. I could die really, really happy. Gosh, even thinking about that is like kind of tearing me up a little bit. But thank you, Minty Man. We'll see. Let's keep doing it. And you too. You too. You seem like a much more talented dev than I am and that I will ever be. And that's like super cool. So let's go ahead and Oi. Not bad. Yeah, don't let you too. Same to you. I think I see this over and over because game dev is, as you know, so freaking hard, but it's the burnout. Burnout is like for sure for real. And so like how can we avoid that and help other, you know, game devs possibly avoid that. I think these rocks actually look so dumb. I think the rocks have not helped my scene, but whatever. We will continue. No. I actually got rid of dialogue. So I got rid of dialogue in our game because when we play tested it, no one wanted dialogue in an exercise game, which, thinking back, that 100% makes sense, right? Like, you want to just, like, get to the exercise. You don't want to read 2 minutes of dialogue to get to your 2-minute workout. And the inventory system, I don't know, is a little, like, not that great. I think this is why we're looking for funding, but I think we have to, what you call it, we have to refactor a lot of stuff in the game. Woo! On Shift D, move it there, scale, there, rotate. Okay, maybe the reason these rocks look so dumb is they're just so big. Huh? We got some duplicate faces in there. I'm the opposite. While I don't like reading games, I play the hell out of the Animal Crossing games, and I get upset the animals would repeat themselves. It wasn't enough different conversations. Yeah, I like I like dialogue that really builds the world. I actually don't mind reading, especially if there's voiceovers. So I'm really enjoying the Yakuza 0 series. I'm currently on pause with that game because I told my boyfriend that I would play that with him, and I am a respectful person. But yeah. So are you gonna be writing tons and tons of dialogue, and then on your project, or you're just the system, and then work with like a narrative or like a writer? Okay, well, I'm just like throwing rocks everywhere, I guess. Okay, this still looks kind of kind of dumb, but like whatever. These just too many big rocks. Oh, I keep doing that. There's some faces in here that are let's see, object, mesh. I think like Animal Crossing is a huge inspiration of our game, and yeah, the dialogue and just how distinct the characters are and how much you get to know their personalities within like 2-3 conversations, maybe even the first conversation. Like you just knew what that character was about. It's like very simplified personalities, but it's like done well. It's like how Pixar or some of the animated movies or cartoons do it. Like just really get focused in on one, or like, you know, a couple of character traits and like a strong personality of some sort, and then like just really push that to its limit. And I think that creates such entertaining characters. Not realistic characters, not complex characters, but you know, depending on your game, maybe that's like all you need. Delete that. Okay. Yeah, I think there's just a bunch of duplicates of stuff. I think I accidentally duplicated it and like it's being dumb. Whee! G. Okay, something like that. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I want to make sure I'm in top view while moving stuff so stuff isn't like floating off the floor. I'm gonna learn the system so I can do text effects, shaking, bold, colorful stuff, different. Yeah. Have you played Undertale, Minty Man? They do some subtle text stuff that I think is great. And like the, you know, in both Animal Crossing and then Undertale, how they do the typing sound, typewriter sound. In Animal Crossing, it's like kind of that like high speed voiceover. Also, like the sound effects can add so much to that. I'm excited. Yeah, a lot of games do like little subtle stuff, but it adds so much personality and character. No, I refuse. But I respect Toby Fox so much. It's not his fault. His fan base ruined his game. What do you mean his fan base ruined his game? I actually haven't beat Undertale yet. It's kind of a hard game for me. I'm playing it. Also, I don't know if I should be playing. I'm playing it on my handheld, my Retroid Pocket, which is a smaller device and doesn't have the greatest joystick. So I don't know. I have too many games right now I'm actively playing. I'm playing Undertale, Chrono Trigger, Control, Yakuza 0, and then I'm about to start Ace Attorney. And I need to play my play date. How did his fanbase ruin his game? I will say though, not to be an Undertale hater, it's considered like one of the best video games, like top 100 games by tons of different critics and all of that. While the game is really, really cute and has some like really special moments in it, I don't think it's that mind blowing of a game. It's just very meta. It's a very meta game, and that doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, make the game good. Yeah, super talented guy for sure. Art, music, coding. For me, it's like I know I don't want to do all those things. I think music is cool, but I don't want to learn musical theory. I don't want to like. I don't want to. I just want to. I want to be a producer. I really want to be a game producer, which is why I want to start a studio. While like Blender is fun, programming is fun. Like all the pieces are really fun. You need that, like we said earlier, you need that passion, and I don't have that passion for music per se. Though I love it. I don't have like that deep, deep innate desire where I'm going to perfect it. I'd rather work with game, composers that do have it and will make something better than I could. Yeah. So yeah, your focus is programming and music. Heck yeah, yeah, and then hire the artist. That's exactly you and I think are really similar. I'm exactly the same way. For me, I want to focus on the production. Like, I want to organize the schedule. I want to set up the meetings. Like, I don't know if that sounds boring to you, but I want to, like, help the team, enable the team to do what they do, and then run, maybe high level creative direction. I still even want, like, a lot of the creative decisions to be made by the team because they're just going to be stronger in that. That's what their jobs are for. But then, yeah, maybe help out with some coding and some other stuff. Yeah, so my top things is probably programming because I do want to learn more programming. I don't think I want to be a programmer forever. Let's say if my studio launches, I definitely am not going to be the programmer. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just rambling here. So we made all the floor pieces. Let's watch the next part of the lecture.
Maybe one over there like this, just so it's not all in the middle like this one. So your challenge then is to create 3 different floor modules with tiles on.
Ugh, look at how messy this whole thing is.
Distinctive and random. Pause the video, that's
Minty Man using that new
Okay, so
emote.
I'll select these, Shift D, X minus 4 to create another tile across here, and I'll go in and make some adjustments.
Okay, so structure is just making what we just did.
Maybe I'll delete a couple this time so there's much less tiles on this one. And again, try and make it a bit random, like this. So there's my random tiles. I feel like this one's a bit uniform, so I'm going to just make a change on this and grab that one over to there like that. And scale it down. So there's a bit more random. That's a bit better, I think. One last thing that'd be nice to do is just to change the height very slightly of these. So just R to rotate, so they're sticking up in different ways like this. You can move the camera around a little bit as well, just so it's rotating perpendicular to camera.
Oh, that's kind of smart.
Here. And I can just rotate some of these to make them a little bit less uniform. So just going around, doing a bit of rotation, and there we got some broken up tiles. Now before joining these together, I think it's a good idea to actually have these in the spares so I can easily go in and start adapting them if I want to. So I'll select all of them like this, Shift D and then Y minus 4 to bring them forward here, and then move these to the spares. And I'll just go to the spares and hide.
This one's straight up sticking out.
I can even have a floor tiles collection within the spares if my scene were getting quite big and my spares had too many objects in. But I'm not going to worry too much about that at the moment. Now let's join these objects together. So I can select them all like this, but have a quick think about which module I need to select last.
The tile. Okay, so now we're gonna combine these and then make them into like actual tiles. What? There's... Hold on, I made a lot of duplicates of things that I didn't mean to. I wonder why this is so messy. Let's try this. Oh. Let's try that. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks for swinging by, Minty Man. Hope to hear more progress on your dialogue asset and your game. Always really cool game devs, programmer, data scientists. We also get a lot of people who are like just curious about game dev too. People who don't know how to code at all even stop by the stream, and it's always so nice to host those people. It's always so lovely to have so many cool folks here in the chat. So we're gonna do this. What is it? Control join? Yep. Ooh. Sure. Minty Man, I don't remember if you're in the Discord or not, but feel free to post it and share my work on Discord, or, where are you gonna post it? Are you gonna upload it to itch, or do you, I don't know if you post on, like, Twitter, what other platforms you're on, but it'd be cool to just kind of see what you're up to. I love seeing work in progress stuff. I'm on nothing but Discord. Okay. But yeah, we'll catch you later. Join another stream. Let me know your progress. That would be cool. I'll keep enjoying the cozy tunes here. Alright, so we joined all of this. Looks like I have duplicates on stuff. Let me see if I hide this. Can I just delete that? Let's go ahead and save, and let's continue. Good night. Let's continue the video lecture. For those who are creeping and wondering what we are up to. Oh, that's like not showing. Can I do this? No? Trying to switch around my windows here. That's a little strange. Anyway. Well, we are watching a Udemy video series. We are a game dev stream that typically works on our mobile game Fitment. You can check out a little bit more on the panel below, but it's an Animal Crossing inspired exercise app or game. So that's what we're working on normally, but I'm switching things up. Today is day 11 of learning Blender. We've been on stream for what, an hour now? So I've been using Blender for now like 26 hours. So I'm 26 hours into my journey. We made some doors. We made some floors. And yeah, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job so far. So let's continue the Blender journey and see if it's possible to learn Blender. Basically, since I started about a little over a week and a half ago, my goal was to try and learn Blender by 2023. So basically, I had like 20 days to learn Blender. We're now pretty much like halfway through the challenge. And I'm gonna say not bad. I'm gonna pat myself on the back there. So we're doing pretty well. So that voice you're going to hear on the live stream is the course. You won't be able to hear this though on the VOD, so definitely join live on YouTube and Twitch.
So I'll select these ones again, shift select my floor module, and I'm choosing the floor module as the active object because that's got the origin point in the correct place for snapping. And I can now press Ctrl J to join. Same with the next one. Select that floor last and Ctrl J to join. And the next one, select floor last and Ctrl J to join. And now, let's come out of X-ray mode. In fact, I can start placing these into position within my room. So let's go to top view, G to grab. I'll turn snapping off, so I'll hold down Control for this one, and I'll turn snapping back on. G to grab, move that into
So they're
position.
just setting up the
And
floor
Alt D
there.
to start duplicating some of these. So I'll duplicate the blank one, and duplicate this one, and rotate it 90 degrees. That way you can have a little bit of variation between your tiles, which are, in a sense, the same, just by rotating them 90 degrees. I'll select this one, back to top view, and Alt D to put that into the corner, and just place these around the place like this. And now we've got the dungeon floor with some broken tile modules. If I go up to the shading workspace, once we've shaded these, you can see that they're all going to link together really nicely. So hopefully you got an okay with that. As always, make sure you've saved your work, ready for next time.
Awesome. And oh dear, my third monitor just broke again. Give me one moment as I go ahead and turn on and off all my screens. It might be a little glitchy here, apologies. Oof. Sorry, I'm not sure exactly what you'll be able to see on OBS here. I'll get this fixed. Enjoy the Christmas beats though for now. Yeah, computer's not doing so hot right now. I don't know, sometimes my computer, maybe just like me, has bad days. Not totally sure why. I'm running a 2-monitor setup off of one single USB-C port, which works like 4 out of the 5 times, but then every once in a while, it's normally when I unplug stuff and replug stuff in, it just like goes ahead and gets a little glitchy, like right now, and of course at the least opportune times, like while I'm streaming. So this monitor's on. And this monitor is not. Alright. It's gonna be just a couple more minutes as I figure this. So just like restart, unplug, replug, monitors, all that stuff. Come on, little buddy. Don't do this to me. Okay, all the monitors just shut off again. We'll see. That one just turned on. But will this one? Okay. Looks like we have the monitors up and back. I think that might happen a couple of times during the stream here. But why is nothing showing? Okay, that's working. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone, as we go ahead and figure this out. And we got Twitch over there. Let's move you here. Awesome, awesome. Here, while I get set up, I'm gonna throw, activate the ad here. Okay, and we got the second stream up. All right, and it looks like we are all back and set up now. So let's go ahead and continue. So the title of the next lecture, and we're following along with the Udemy Complete Blender Creator course. It's called Creating the Torch. Ooh, so it looks like we're gonna add some torch and add some lighting to our scene here. That's exciting. Cool.
In this lecture, we'll be making the torch
Ooh.
to light up our dungeon. Okay, so here's what we got up to last time. And I'll give you a quick challenge. I want you to add some materials to the floor. We've got 2 grey materials, so texture the tiles with one of the greys and the floor piece with the other grey. Cool.
Cool. So our next challenge is to add the colors to our floor and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight all the floor pieces here. I'll expand this up a bit. Let's go ahead and add the pillar stone material to all of them. Let's take a quick search of why it doesn't like to apply all. See if I make that smaller. So, Blender highlight. Oh, how to apply materials to multiple objects at once. This is actually exactly what we need to watch.
Justin here with the CGEssentials.com, back with another Blender material tutorial for you. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to apply materials to multiple objects quickly inside of Blender. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. The rest of it can be kind of time consuming, trying to apply the same material to multiple different objects at once, just by coming down here and going into your materials and adding it there. So we're going to talk about a faster way to do that. So to start off, we're going to add material. So I'm just going to add, let's call it a blue material, and we'll make it kind of shiny. So we'll turn the roughness down on this material. And we'll call that good enough for right now. And so what you could do is you could come in here, single click on each one of these, and then come in here and apply the material under the material properties for each one. But you can see how that's definitely time consuming to do. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use an easier way to do this. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to select this object, then we're going to hold the shift key and drag a box around these objects like this. So now what we can do is we can do a Control L.
Control
This is
L.
going to make links between these objects and this object. So
Oh.
Control L, we're going to go down and click the option for materials. And so what that did.
Ooh, all right, let's try this to see if we can apply materials to multiple objects. So I'll go ahead and, oops, I accidentally opened plastic there. Let's not mess with plastic right now. Okay, so I can do, what is it, Control L, link materials. Oh, look at that. That totally worked. Okay. And then with the stones, we need to go ahead and I guess go in and edit each of them. That's kind of lame. Let's do it. So I'm going to press L to link. Then we will go ahead and not create, but pull in that lighter material to slot 2, assign. So I'm going to click L, lighter stone, assign. And I wonder if I can do this for multiple. Oh, and let's do all of these first. Enter. Do I get? Oh, L. Oops. Huh. It's weird that L is not selecting everything that I want it to. This is cool. I did not think I'd be this far ahead in learning Blender. So, just goes to show, gotta just practice. Practice every day makes a huge difference on the rate you can learn. Save. Let's go ahead and to some other materials. Edit. Okay, let's see if I can select actually all these faces. L. It does not do that. Is it Control plus? Nope. Alright, we'll do these one at a time then. L. Let's create a second slot. Lighter stones. Look at me. I'm getting the hang of this. I know, all the Blender experts watching are like, you still a noob. But whatever. We all start somewhere. I think this was an excellent challenge for me to do. I think I also kind of maybe needed the mental break as well. Like, get out of coding, like, let's do something you've been wanting to do for a long time. And just like, there's gosh, I forget what the theory or like the thing is called, but there's a concept of like, you always want to try and set up your days and your routines to be able to like accomplish something, and then the thing of like being able to accomplish something just like helps motivate you and feel better about yourself, because you're like, hey, look at what I accomplished recently, or look what I accomplished today. So it's like how they do that in practice. It's like making your bed. You make your bed, and then that's like your first accomplishment of the day. But it's kind of nice that every day I can be like, hey, even though today was really rough on the studio side, on the business side, personal side, family side, bunch of sides, I can be like, yo, at least I kept up my promise of doing Blender. And so I missed only one day of Blender, and the one day I did miss a Blender was because I was legitimately just super busy with bugs. So I was like, okay, but we're back at it. The point is, even if you break a daily streak, you gotta just go back in it and just pick it up. It's okay. One day loss, couple days loss, couple weeks loss, it's not that big of a deal. It's only not a big deal if you can go back and restart again. So let's, again, second material slot. This is very repetitive. I don't think I set this up in the best of ways, but it's okay. We'll watch the video and see how the instructor approaches this next. So I'm going to press tab, click one object, L to link, create a new material slot. So there's two slots. Throw in our lighter material and then assign it. And then we'll do the same thing, assign the lighter material on the other rock. And tab to exit out, and control save. Doing pretty well. Tab to edit, L, linked, new material slot. This material slot and materials thing was kind of confusing at first. It's still like mentally I don't grasp why you put slots on stuff, but whatever. Sometimes it's best not to question it, or sometimes it's best not to understand it. Like, that sounds like a weird tip, but like, you don't need to know how an engine works to drive a car, kind of a thing. So instead of like getting anxiety because you don't know how an engine works, sometimes you just gotta accept it and be like, okay, this is just how it works high level, and learn what you need to learn, and you can get more efficient with that. So I don't know, that's at least my personal philosophy. There's so much knowledge and so many things in the world to learn. We will never learn it all. It will take infinite amount of lifetimes to learn it all. So we won't. But we'll be selective in what we learn, because it helps our career, it helps our soul, helps us have fun. Will Blender help me in my career? Maybe a little bit for game dev. But overall, I'm just doing this for me. Alright, and let's continue the next part of creating the torch.
Pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, so hopefully you're finding this fairly straightforward now. With this object selected, I can start off by coming
So the instructor is going ahead and doing what we just did with coloring the floor.
either of my grey materials. I'll choose the grey light because I think that's the material I'm going to texture the tiles with. And I chose the tiles as slot 1 because now it's easy to go into edit mode. I'll zoom in on my object with period key, Alt A to deselect all, into face mode with 3, so remember that's face mode up here, and I want to select that base tile. Now it's a little bit tricky to see, but if I come around to the top here, you can probably just see it just there. This again is easiest in X-ray mode up the top here, and now I can come across the slots, create a new slot, assign this face to that slot. It immediately turns white because there's no material in this slot yet. So under the drop down, choose the grey material, and now we've got 2 materials on our objects, one for the tiles and one for the floor, which we can see nice and clearly over here in our linked duplicate. So I'll come back into object mode, choose the next one, I'll zoom in on the subject with period key, and you could have done it the other way, go up to the materials, this time I'll choose grey. So this is the floor, into edit mode, Alt A to deselect, and then I can press L to select linked, so it's all that tile, L over this one, and L over this one. And then I can come up to the slots, create a new slot, assign those objects to it. Again, they turn white because there's no material in them. So I come up to the materials and choose the grey light. So that's the reverse way to do it. And back into object mode, and we textured that floor tile. I'll quickly do the last of our tile floors here. So I'll add the grey light, and also just to show that you can do this in a different order, I'll come into the slots and add a new slot. Even though I'm not in edit mode, I've still got 2 slots on my object. It's not making any difference because I haven't assigned any faces. So now I go into edit mode, Alt A to deselect all. I'll just select this middle tile and assign that to the second slot. Again, it turns white because there's no material in it, and choose the grey for slot 2. So there's all my pieces with tiles on. Now I can select the floor module with no tiles on, and just come up and select the grey. And because they're all in duplicates, they all update, and our floor is looking great. So hopefully you got an okay with that. Okay, so now I'm going to make the torch, and what I'm going to challenge you to do is to make the body of the torch, not the flame. And I want you to do this by yourself, looking at the torch model here, and how I've made it. And I started off with a cylinder of 8 sides.
Cylinder of 8 sides. So to sketch what's happening, and for those who are lurking and are new to the stream, welcome. Hey, I'm Alina, self-taught game dev, and current noob of Blender, but hopefully for not much longer. We are day 11 of my Blender challenge, so does anyone else absolutely love the snipping tool? Right now we're watching the Udemy course. It's going to be blacked out for you all, unfortunately. Or no, fortunately, because it is a course that you do need to pay for. And I highly recommend it, because I am doing really well. Not sponsored to say that or anything. But we're going to design a little torch for our dungeon scene. And the part they want us to design is this. So there's, sorry, I'm just drawing this with my mouse, so it's not going to look so great. It's like tapered, has a little handle, like lip thing. And then there's like a top part also tapered, and then there's like an inset hole there. So the challenge is for us to model this together. And I think to go about it, I think I can model this whole thing, cylinder, right? And then go ahead and start like tapering it in. I think there's a lot of orders you could do this. Taper it in, and then we'll start doing some loop cuts like here, here, and here, and then we can like go ahead and start scaling things. Something like that. How does that sound, y'all? I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Oh, but before I go ahead and do that, I would like to go ahead and refill my coffee because y'all know me. Y'all know me. So please hang on tight as I go and grab another coffee. I'll be back in about 90 seconds or so. Hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. Let's just had to do your girl needed her 5:30 p.m. coffee because you know how we are on this stream. But I want to welcome everyone back and everyone who was able to swing by tonight. Feel free, sorry, I'm like adjusting my chair and trying to get all set up. Come join me. The holidays are coming up. If you celebrate Christmas, you might have those days off, maybe you don't, but trying to get a lot of work done, personal project, personal goals before Christmas and also before the end of the year, which is why I'm doing the Blender Challenge here. And the Blender Challenge, that's just something I made up. There's no such thing as called the Blender Challenge, but my personal Blender Challenge is to go ahead and try and learn Blender by 2023 and like get basically the fundamentals of Blender down in 20 days. So today's day 11, 26 or so hours in, and yeah, so I'm just basically trying to stream every day to do this challenge. But we're about an hour and a half in the stream, and want to probably try and stream for maybe about another hour. Have some other work that I need to go do tonight, and go have dinner with Grandma. I think that would be nice. So what I sketched out before was a torch, and I don't know why I can't show it, but we're gonna go ahead and create a little torch handle. So I'll go do that off to the side. We'll go back into kind of layout modeling mode. I want to put my torch like here or something. And it's weird, this perspective never looks like what you think it'd look like. So we're gonna do Shift A, and we're gonna start off with a cylinder of 8 sides. That's the tip the instructor gave us. And then radius, probably, let's make this like a lot smaller. Like a 0.25 radius. Let's make this probably even smaller. Start off something like that. This is still very, very large and oversized torch, but hey, we're gonna work with it. So we're gonna tab into edit mode, and some things to do is it's like a tapered torch thing. So we have to taper it on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and click this, and I think it's we want to S to scale. Awesome, that actually is exactly it. And we'll go ahead and scale that to maybe like this. And then we're also going to do a lot of loop cuts, which is Control C? Oh, no, Control C is copy. Whoops. Loop cut. Wow. Is it Control L? No. Hold on. Loop cut. Oh, this is the first shortcut I forgot in a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually download that Blender sheet. So it's like Blender shortcuts cheat sheet and download that. Ooh, this is a good one too. Blender shortcuts. You can see some of the emotes in my downloads folder here. So right now I have 2 emotes available to the subs. 2 are subs. We got the rant and the cozy vibes. But I wanted to put these 3 emotes into just the followers, but I guess you need 60 streams, 60 to have it. I feel like I've done 60 streams, but maybe not. So we'll go see. I hope to unlock that soon though, and I'll go ahead and make more emotes in the future. And I just make those in pixel art, nothing fancy. Okay. Oh, I downloaded that sheet, but let's like actually look at it. Download it so we can like kind of zoom in more detail. So I want control loop cut. So let's see. Loop cut. It's R? Control R. Okay. Let's try that again. Control R. And here we go. It is. So we're gonna do like this is gonna be for a little ledge piece for the torch. Then let's do Control R again, and then we're gonna do 2 pieces for the handle. So there and there. Oh, whoops, not there. Let's undo that. Control R. Like there. Cool. So what we can do now is let's go ahead and scale the bottom part here to go ahead and make the ledge. So I'm gonna press Alt click, Shift Alt click, Shift Alt click. I don't like how this is rotating, but we'll do, let's do, you want to scroll it in along the z-axis, so that's, see, we're quizzing ourselves here. S to scale, and then I think is it Shift Z? Awesome. So I can see here, this is not exactly what we wanted, because this is getting affected, and we want that to have been a ledge. So maybe it's E to extrude and S. Then that creates a bottom thing. Here, I know what else. You want to highlight this. Let's try again. We're experimenting. E to extrude, S, Shift Z. There we go. Clicking that E to extrude. We'll click dissolve edges. Let's take a look at that. Cool, so we went ahead and created that little, like, this ledge thing. We had to click E to extrude to go ahead and extrude in this new face at the bottom there. And then let's go ahead and create this little thickened handle. So I'm going to click Alt click, and then we're going to press E to extrude, S, Shift Z, and do that. Almost there. We have to create a little hole on the top too for our fire. So let's take a look at the, I'm pressing the top of the face. Then I think it's I to inset. Cool. And then it's E to extrude, and we're gonna extrude down like that. And then let me just check wireframe mode to check the depth of that. Yeah, not bad, not bad. We can work with that. And cool. And then there is our version of the torch base. I think I passed that pop quiz pretty freaking well. Let's go ahead and watch the next part of the lecture
You might want to save your work
and see how the instructor did it.
and then you can always come back to this point and follow along with me if it goes wrong. So pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, so for this I'll go back to the layout workspace, and my 3D cursor is right in the center of the scene, so I can press Shift 8 and mesh, cylinder, and I'll change it to 8 vertices and press enter. I'll zoom in on that with the mirror key. The reason I choose 8 is if we ever wanted to add a mirror, I can easily mirror it along the X and the Y, because the number of sides is divisible by 4. So I can work on this corner here and it will update in the other 3. So it's always a good idea when you add a cylinder to make it divisible by 4 where possible, then you can mirror along both the X and
Visible
the
by
Y.
4.
So now I'll scale this down to somewhere around here, and S to scale in the Z, and this will be the handle. I'll go into edit mode now, and let's zoom in again on my object. I'm in face mode, so come around to the bottom and scale down the base here. So this is the
Very
handle
similar
section.
to what I
Now
did.
there is a kind of bracket around the middle. I prefer to model the whole handle first and then do the bracket. So if I press Ctrl R and do 2 loop cuts now by using the wheel of my mouse and then double left click to set those, I can bring them in slightly, so select that top bracket there with Alt left click, GG to edge slide. Oh, and note, I've still got snapping on, so I'll just turn that off so it's a little bit simpler. I can see it jumping down grid distances. That's how I was able to tell I still had snapping on. And I'll select the bottom one, GG to edge slide. Now that's a bit smoother. So somewhere around here. And then 3 to go to face mode. And then select the face loop going around by Alt left clicking on one of the edges. Going across the face loop like this. And E to extrude, scale, Shift Z. And I've created a bracket like this. Now I create that second because I want to keep this nice straight line here. If this was my starting point, this cylinder here, and then I took the top face there and extruded it outwards this way, and then extruded it upwards again, and then
So we're talking about
inserted
this bracket right here in the middle.
the top
And we're watching a
right
course.
hand
That's where that
side
voice is coming in
with
from.
different sides.
Switched
Hopefully
up
that
screen.
makes sense. And it doesn't make too much difference if you did it that way. It's not a big problem. Anyway, I'll continue with the top face, and this time I'll extrude it out and scale. So it comes out like this.
Okay, made it in actually in a little bit of a different
There's
way,
a slight
but
slope upwards
I don't
to the
know.
top section.
Torch looks
E
fine,
to
right?
extrude, and I'll scale that out slightly. And I to inset to bring it in. E to extrude and pull that downwards to around here.
Maybe,
And I'll just scale that in slightly so it follows the inward slope here. So we've got a sort of torch shape. So hopefully you got an okay with that. If you struggle at all, then do pause the video
here,
here.
I
Catch me
wanna just scale this so
you
it's
can of course
not
modify this
as,
shape
it's
in
a little
any
more
way.
vertical.
Perhaps you want to make it longer. We can then select
Right?
the face.
No, actually I don't
Go to
like
front
that.
view for this and G to grab and pull it downwards in the Z axis. But you can see as I do that, it does lose that diagonal slope inwards down
I
here.
wanna
So
round
to
out the
scale that in
bottom.
and roughly line it up. Some edits are simpler than others.
Here, we're just gonna round out the bottom. What is it? Alt, Control B. Oh! And let's add another one. Like that. I think it's a little more torch-like. What do you guys think? Not bad? Not bad. And if you're curious what course I'm taking, this is my 4th attempt at learning Blender, but this is the complete Blender creator course. Attempt number 1 I think was like in 2016. I tried 6 years ago, and then I tried 4 years ago, and then I tried last year, and then now I'm trying it again. But this time now with the system, I'm streaming, I'm committed to y'all. Alright, let's continue.
Others, let's say I wanted to change the bracket position. Probably easiest in X-ray mode and select these faces here. G to grab and the Z. But again, you can see the change
Oh.
the distortion is making on that downward
So
slope.
they're
And I can
shifting
adjust
the
this slightly
handle.
to bring it back into position.
I do not like how this is
Perhaps somewhere around there.
rotating.
So it does help to get the outline shape first and then start adding the details in second, so you don't have to make these big adjustments. Might do the same at the top, make it slightly bigger, so G then Z, and have a bigger top piece, scale that up slightly there. And there's my torch. I'll come back out of X-ray mode. And lastly, remember you can select face loops like this and let's say scale them up, but press Shift Z if you wanted to, let's say make that top section bigger. So Shift Z so it doesn't scale.
And some other details.
That would mean I would need to select this inside face loop there and again scale Shift Z to bring that out into that sort of shape like this. Okay, so let's make the flame. Now we know we want the flame to...
Okay, so there's our torch. It's not exactly like what the instructor did. And just working on this chapter of the Blender course is we're making a modular dungeon. So it's been a couple of streams, but we've made these walls, we made these pillars. I'm a super Blender noob, so I actually feel really good about this. I know I keep just bragging how good I am, but yeah, I don't know. I think for like 11 days in, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing okay, doing a-okay.
come out of the top here. So with my face loop selected around the middle here, remember you press Alt left click on one of the edges going across your face loop. I can press Shift S to move my 3D cursor to selected. So cursor to selected there, and that will move it into position where I can start my flame. So I'll go into object mode now to make sure the flame's a separate object. We will actually join it to this object in a bit.
So we're gonna go into object edit mode, but we have to set the cursor. So it was like select the face, shift alt this, shift, then shift S to select, cursor to selected. Okay, so our 3D cursor is moved to the center of that there. Let's keep playing.
Eventually, it's just a little bit easier because it's faster to isolate the shape if we model it as a separate object and then join it later. So Shift A to add, mesh, and then again I'll
So we'll get to object mode. And then what thing are they adding?
cylinder, just zoom out just a touch, and again I'll choose 8, so it's nice and low poly, and we can use that mirror if we actually wanted to, and I'll scale it right down.
Okay, so let's go back to Blender. So they said Shift A to add. I'm gonna add a cylinder of 8, yes. Ooh, this is very big. Like,
So somewhere around here, I'll just bring it up slightly, so G to grab to around here, and let's start editing the shape by going to edit mode scale it in, and E to extrude again, and scale 0 so it comes into a point.
Ooh, kind of missed that. So for the flame, we're just making kind of like an upside down teardrop shape here for the flame, and we're just following along the course to do this. If you clicked on this stream because you're like, I'm a Blender noob, or like, I've never used Blender and I've always wanted to learn Blender, I'm gonna say, hey, this is your sign. This is your sign. I'm not gonna say learning Blender has been easy the last 11 days, but I think, you know, Blender's free if you want to take YouTube courses, or, you know, spend a little bit money on one of these like hyper detailed courses. You can learn it. Like, you can totally learn it. So many people have learned Blender, and you can too. So if you're debating it, I'm saying maybe this could be your New Year's resolution. This is my end of year resolution, and we'll continue the journey. Okay. I will have to rewatch that last 20 seconds though of the instructor, because this part's a little confusing. So we're gonna create that teardrop shape.
Slow body, and we can use that mirror if we actually wanted to. And I'll scale it right to somewhere around here. I'll just bring it up slightly, so you need to grab to around here. And let's start editing the shape. I'm going to edit mode with tab and zoom in a touch. I'll select this top face and scale it up. That's a nice big flame. E to extrude, scale it in, and E to extrude again, and scale 0 so it comes into a point like this.
Okay, I think I got it. So we press this, go to edit mode. So we're gonna create this outer part. So I'm gonna scale up this face out, I guess. I would like to move this whole object up a little bit. It's like GZ, to move it up in the Z. I think something like that would look a little bit better. Let's go back. And then they said E to extrude. Hi there. IJoXD, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to introduce yourself if you'd like. Or if you're here to join me, just do some co-working. I get that too. So lurk away. Oh goodness, why S? That is creating a new face there. Here, let's undo. I'm a super Blender noob, so that's why I'm struggling. On this stream, we are a game dev stream that basically I'm self-taught, and I'm using all the tools of my disposal at my disposal to make my game dev dreams come true. And so when we do dev, we actually use a visual scripting, a no-code solution called Playmaker with Unity, and using Blender, and just trying to take advantage of, you know, really good value tools. Playmaker is like $65 US. Unity is free for me. Blender is free, and yeah, I don't know. Just I'm about 1.5 years in on my game dev journey, and quit my job and like trying to do this full time right now because YOLO. Okay, let's try this again. So I think it's E to extrude, then S to, oh god. E to extrude, click, S to scale in, and then they did another one. Click S to scale in to 0. Okay, so that's my torch fire. It looks... Alright, let's keep watching the video. It looks kind of wonky. We're also streaming here live on both Twitch and YouTube. And just note, since we are watching a course on the side below here, you won't be able to hear that voiceover or any of the music on the VODs. But I know some folks like to swing by and hang out with Pastelina, I guess in the future. Yeah, on the VODs, but that won't be available for this particular series.
Press enter.
We're gonna
Now,
continue.
because I've got auto merge vertices, they should all become one vertex. So if I go to vertex mode now, I'll press Alt A to deselect all, and then select Now,
It
if we
is.
select, let's say, this edge loop here, by alt left clicking, G to grab, and move that onto the side, we've got a sort of flame.
Ooh, okay. So that's why there's this second loopity loop loop. So what is it? Alt click. They moved it. G like X. Kind of give it a little shift there. Give it more of a. It's not bad. Okay, and let's watch the next part.
It's a bit fat as a flame, so I can select all with A and scale Shift Z so it doesn't scale in the Z.
I guess mine is a little fat too. Kind of a rude thing to say. So S to scale. Oh, snap. S to scale, and then Shift Z, Shift Z, ooh, to scale it in on the Z axis. Oh, this is like very sensitive. Hold on, let me try that again. I think my mouse was too close. This is a weird thing about Blender, about like the position of your mouse determines like the resolution of like how you can scale things. Yes, the Blender UI, very confusing. I think I finally started getting it maybe 5 days into Blender. Yeah, okay, it's like getting somewhere. Let's continue the next part of the lecture.
That's a bit nicer.
Mm-hmm.
And then scale Z, so we scale it upwards in the Z to somewhere around there, and that's looking quite nice. If you wanted to add a bit more complexity to this, we could select an edge loop like this again, and Control B to bevel, and it can have a bit more curve like this. I can even use my wheel to create another edge loop like this, so it's got a bit more of a flow to it. I can do the same down the bottom here as well, so Control B to bevel. I'll move my wheel down because I don't want to create too many loop cuts, and that looks about right.
Okay, so we're gonna just add more curves, and we do this all. So my background, if you didn't already know, is whoopsies, is mechanical engineering. So I came from the world of parametric 3D modeling, specifically SolidWorks, if you've heard of that. Have those modeling skills helped me with Blender? Maybe just general spatial awareness. Ooh, it has, but as far as the controls go and everything, I think this UI is actually some of the most like confusing UI ever. Like, ooh, whoa. So run that out. And it does take some time to learn it. Shift. Just kind of wanted to give this a little more rounded, fatty thing. Control R. Let's do that. I love to put a loop cut like up here if I can. Will it let me? Control R. Huh. It's kind of weird it doesn't. Okay. But even with the confusing UI, it is learnable. And I think the UI is slightly better of where it was. So this is Blender version, I don't know, 3.2 or something? Let's like, this look kind of weird for a flame if I shift these all. But we're on Blender 3.2. Oops. And from remembering from my attempt in 2016, it does feel a little bit better. That looks kind of weird, huh? I want a refund. I don't know where that is. You can't get a refund if it's free though, right, Brown Tallstar? How did the rest of your stream go? That was pretty late for you too, no, last night, huh? Is your tournament, your event you're hosting, is that this weekend? And that's what the setup was for? Thanks for stopping by. Let's get some work done. Put me on the background and do work on your magical spreadsheet formulas. Brown's All-Star is a master of spreadsheets and is a shoutcaster. Oh, 14th. Oh my gosh, you're like super prepared. For I thought it was like this weekend, which you're like streaming and getting it ready. I like that. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Get things done ahead of time. That is the way. I'm kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes I'm a procrastinator, sometimes I'm not. It just really depends on like the mood. I feel like I'm kind of ruining this flame. The spreadsheets were from the past and I will never open them again. Inefficient formulas. Wah. Where did you learn all that spreadsheet formula stuff? Did you, that's something you learned in school? I don't know. This fire is like, whatever. Sometimes I just have to whatever it. Like, I don't know. This, oh, okay, no, I can't. This face is just too, like, just, needs to be more tangent, know what I'm saying? Like, that helps a little bit. Guest on everything, some MySQL intuition. Yes. I've never done MySQL. My dad tried to teach me SQL when I was 6 years old, and I did not understand. That was weird. That was a take your kid to work day. Take your kid to work day. Let's teach my 6-year-old SQL. That was a very long time ago. Alright, let's... okay, we're just gonna call this good enough. Let's watch the next part of the Blender series. And we're watching the Udemy Complete Blender Creator course right now, if you want to join along.
Alt A to deselect all. I'll just select this middle tile and assign that to the second. Slot. Again, it turns white because there's no material.
Here, I think we went back a little bit. Hold on. So I'm skipping ahead. Around the fire. Alright, here we go. Let's play.
And then select that further again to make sure that it is once inherent. So now I can select, let's say, this edge loop here by Alt left clicking, G to grab, and move that onto the side. We've got a sort of flame. It's a bit fat as a flame, so I can select all with A and scale Shift Z so it doesn't scale at the Z. That's a bit nicer. And then scale Z so we scale it upwards in the Z to somewhere around there, and that's looking quite nice. If you wanted to add a bit more complexity to this, we can select.
I feel like adding more complexity made it worse.
And it can have a bit more curve like this. I can even use my wheel to create another edge loop like this. So it's got a bit more of a flow to it. I can do the same down the bottom here as well, so Control V to bevel. I'll move my wheel down because I don't want to create too many loop cuts, and that looks about right. I could also G to grab and maybe create more flame like this. That's entirely up to you, so it's a bit more of a flicker. Or if I undo that, you can have a nice simple flame like this. It's a little bit flat this way, so I select that middle edge loop there. I'll come to proportional editing here. So
Proportional editing?
G to grab, and remember I've got my circle of influence, and I can use the wheel to affect how
Oh, we don't really do this.
to grab it and pull it around, but even better, I can use it to rotate as well. Bring the circle of influence in like.
Ooh, okay. Here's a new, like, technique in Blender we'll learn. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow. Crazy kids we go, presents and we party and we get down low. I forgot the rest of the lyrics.
Like this.
Okay. Apologies. I'm gonna have to re-watch this. So this is something to do with proportional editing, which just means that like the farther you're away from something, the farther the effect gets less. So if you imagine a bell curve, I think it's this thing, this bell curve, you can have things get affected. And so then things are all like nice and smoothed out. So the things right underneath my cursor will be most effective, and the vertices farther away will be less effective, but will give kind of that smooth look that we want to do. So I actually don't think I've used this proportional editing feature before. So I'm gonna carefully rewatch the course here. So let me back it up like 30 seconds and let's take another look. And that beautiful British sounding voice is not mine, it is the course. So play.
I'll move my wheel down because I don't want to create too many good cuts.
So do proportional editing on this flame.
Need to grab and maybe create a more flame like this. That's entirely up to you, so it's a bit more flicker. Or if I undo that, you can have a nice single flame like this. It's a little bit flat this way, so I'll select that middle edge loop there. I'll come to proportional editing here.
Proportional editing.
G to grab. And remember, I've got my circle of influence.
Okay, hold on. G to grab. What? I don't see my circle of influence. Alright. Blender struggles. Anyone else here learning Blender in chat? Oh my gosh, okay. I don't... You have to press both? And then... Hold on.
Or if I undo that, you can have a nice single flame like this. It's a little bit flat this way, so I'll select that middle edge loop there. I'll come to proportional editing here. So turn that on. G to grab.
Okay, they're also in this dot vertices mode, so maybe that's better. How do they grab a whole loop? Alt. 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 Oh. Well, look at this. I have the sphere. I don't want the sphere. Oh, what is happening? Exit. Here, let's go ahead and select this loop. Shift. I'm not doing a really good job spinning this. Okay, 2 more points. Click. Click. And... oh, this is like acting so weird. Okay. Now we do proportional editing, G to grab. Oh, can we make this smaller? And we like, look at that. Wow. So some of these points get affected. But they said we can do like a rotate and kind of go ahead and affect that. Does that look better? Does that look more flame-like? Kind of. That's a cool technique. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's good enough. Good enough, as we say. And let's continue.
And remember, I've got my circle of influence, and I can use the wheel to affect how large that is. And I can
Turn
use
that
that
off.
to grab it and put it around, but even better, I can use it to rotate as well.
So you just
Where use
rotated the
circle of
flame
influence like
slightly.
this, and it can create more of a curve, such as this, if you want to. I could also come to the top here and create more of a twist to it like this, and then G to grab, put it across like this.
Ooh, the twist thing was kind of cool. Let's see, can we do top view? Okay, we're zooming in. Zooming in. And then how do we select all these points? Select proportional R. Let's moving the whole thing. Hold on, let's make this smaller. Just the top you want to rotate. Let's do it like this way. Then a little more. That's another cool effect. Okay, okay. Can see a little bit of a, like a twisting action happening. What the heck's wrong with this point though? This point's a little lop. Let's just manually kind of fix that in place. Okay. And this one too, a little, just wiggling that into place there. Yo, we're learning Blender, y'all. We are learning Blender. Whee! See? Not so bad, not so bad. And let's continue.
Nice big flame, need to extrude, scale it in, use my wheel to create. So I'll select that middle edge loop.
Okay, let's...
I could also come to the top here and create more of a twist to it.
So we just made that twist.
G to grab, put it across like this. That creates quite an interesting look as well. So going to the top, pressing R to rotate, creates quite an interesting effect as well. Okay, so back into object mode, and there's our flame. Maybe a touch bigger, somewhere over here. We can always scale it down when we put it onto the wall later. So your last challenge then is to create the flame, and I also want you to texture both the flame and the handle in the way I've textured it just here.
Cool, so let's add some colors now to our torch. And this I think I know decently well. I think we've like done this enough times. So I'll go into shading. You can see our walls with the colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new material and I'll call this fire. Big fire. And we'll do this, like, I like this orange color, especially against like kind of these greeny bricks. But let's look at, the instructor told me to do this and I didn't do this, but now I'm kind of regretting it. I do want to change the layout of my screens here so that, because this is so long, it makes more sense if I split my screen, I was gonna say hamburger or hot dog style. That doesn't really make sense, but split it left, right. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that though. And that just created another window. Nope. Oh no. It's gonna be put. Oh, and I just created a third window. No. Okay, let's. Can I eat this? And then can I eat this? Maybe if I just change this to shade editor, I eat that, and then I'll just like hide this. Is calm, all is bright, convergence and party all night, something like that. Okay, we're making the material fire. Let's do that orange like I said before. Roughness down, emission. We definitely want emission. Basically, we kind of just want to give our fire like a glow effect. But I don't know how it's coming through. I know when we go into kind of like our rendering mode here, there's something we can add called bloom to give it a little bit of a glowy effect, but I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it is. Volume, viewport display. Yeah, well, I'm not accomplishing anything right now. Gonna have to let the instructor kind of show us that. We'll go back to this mode. It's like, I do want a little bit of a mission. Anyway, whatever. Whatever. Let's go ahead and go to the next object, which is here. We'll go ahead and create a new material, and we'll just call this torchwood. Torchwood, we'll do like a nice warm brown. There we go. And then we're gonna add some of the metallic components. So let's up that roughness. Go ahead and create a new slot and a new material called torch metal. And we'll put roughness down. And I'm gonna go ahead in edit mode because we're gonna go ahead and select some faces here. Oop. Shift Alt, Shift Alt, Shift Alt, Shift click, Shift Alt, and the underneath here. I'm like straining my neck to like look underneath the torch. That's not how that works. Okay, cool. And then let's do this one. Do you ever do that? Like when you play video games, you like crane your head to like look at stuff? And I'm talking about like regular non-VR games, and you're like, oh yeah, like craning my head to like look underneath something actually doesn't do anything. Okay, and oh, it does like not like me, likes me to zoom. Wish this zoom wasn't so big. So I want to get like close, but then it zooms out of the way. Okay, I guess try that. Eep. Why don't you let me look closer? Here we go. Alt click. I'll assign it that torch metal. And what we're gonna do, because I think this is like way too vibrant, too bright of a color, let's go ahead and give it a darker gray color. Maybe we can make it a slightly blue tone too, just ever so slight, like that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see how the instructor did this. I'm curious about the emission thing to make our fire glow more.
So pause the video and have a look at that. Okay, so back to us in the shading workspace. Very keen to zoom in onto my object, and with the flame selected, I'll create a new material, and we'll give that emission, so a nice yellowy colour, so bring the brightness up, cross the yellows, somewhere over here, and the emission strength up a bit. Now remember, we don't see much of an emission in our viewport, because I've got to turn the bloom on, and then it has that sort of glow to it. But I'll talk more a bit about lighting later on, so just leaving it like that for the moment is fine. Let's work on our
Oh, it's under the camera.
and I'll choose the brown wood, and I want a new texture slot, so add a new texture slot, and this is going to be the metal top and bracket. So I'll choose the metal for this, so metal grey, and notice I'm doing this in a slightly different order. I've added the material first, but I haven't assigned my faces yet, so I can come into edit mode, and I want to select those faces. So for each face mode, select all those top faces, and select the middle faces as well by holding down shift and box selecting, up to our material slots and assign. Back into object mode, and we've got our torch. So hopefully you got an okay with that. Make sure you've saved your work, ready for next time.
Make this a little more orangey. Cool. Oh, and my third monitor just broke for the third time on stream again. It just like totally blacks out. So I need to go ahead and fix that. Let me. Sorry, I'm turning on and off screens, so I don't know what it looks like from your end. Apologies. The highest quality of quality streams right now here at Alina Likes Cozy. Okay, third monitor is back on. Now primary monitor, what are you doing? Ooh, okay.
This lecture we'll be looking at lighting our dungeon and remind ourselves of the
Okay.
differences between Amy and
Let me move
Silence.
my windows
Okay,
back.
so here's what we got up to last time, and I need to join my flame to my torch, and I can start positioning it in my dungeon. So I'll select flame and the torch body last. I think that's going to be the best. In the shading workspace, we can't actually see the object origins. As you can see, when I click these, there's no orange dot. If we go up to the overlays up top here and click on the drop down, we have origins unticked there. So I can tick that so I can see my origins. The reason I have it unticked is so it's not distracting.
How do I retick origins? Let me pay closer attention.
These up top here and click on the drop down. We have origins unticked there. So I can tick that so I can see my origins. The reason I have it unticked is so it's not distracting. But I think it's helpful to have it there. And I think the object origin that's preferable is the one on the torch rather than the flame for rotating it. So I'll select flame first and the torch last, making it the active object, and Control J to join. I can then come across and relabel this torch, and it's worth saying that.
Yeah, let's relabel this. Where is it? Here? Torch? Good practice to rename your stuff.
I now have 3 material slots. If I come onto my slots up the top here, I've got my brown material, my metal grey, and also my bishop. I'll actually relabel this. So I'll click on it, come to the material name, and rename it flame. So it's more obvious. And now let's think about putting it into position. So I'll scroll out a bit and probably put it against this wall here. So G to grab in the x-axis going across this way until it roughly lines up with the wall there. And it's probably a bit similar in top view. So let's
Top view.
move that into position there. Zoom in on that object with period key and move it upwards. Let's just align it slightly so it's propped up against the wall. So R then Y, just angle it slightly like this. And again,
Let's take a look. Oh, it's like inside of our wall. So GX, GZ, something like that. Let's take a closer look. GX, a little closer. And then we're gonna rotate it along the RY. Like, does that rotate right? How does that look? I am struggling kind of moving the camera around. Maybe let's actually lower it some. Let's keep watching the video.
G then X to move it a little bit closer to the wall. Just about there, I think. Might want to make it a touch smaller, so scale it down a little bit and just add it to it there. I could have a connection to the wall if we wanted, but I don't think it's particularly necessary. I think from about here it looks quite nice. One last thing, if I zoom in on my object,
Let's scale it
period key
a little bit
the
bigger.
flame is coming out at an angle, it should be going upright. So I can go back into edit mode, Alt A to deselect all, and L to select my flame. Now I've still got proportional edit on, so if I press R to rotate now, it will rotate the top of my torch. So I'll undo that and turn proportional edit off, and now R, Y to rotate in the Y axis, just come around here slightly, and G to grab, move that into position. So it makes a little bit more sense there. Maybe G and X to move it very
Just
slightly closer.
straight.
Okay, so pause the video here, catch up with me.
Then
Join your
shade.
torch and flame together. Remember to rename the object and the flame material and put it against your wall like this. And lastly, you may want to adjust the flame. So pause the video now, go with that.
Cool. And I like what he did, so he just puts it kind of like in the middle of the wall. That looks pretty good.
Okay, so what happens when we go across to render view?
Not bad.
So up the top here, rendered mode, we can see our torch there. It's not really doing much though. Even with the bloom on, we can try turning up the emission strength, and that just makes the bloom a little bit brighter. But as hopefully you remember, when we're in the EV renderer, the emission value doesn't actually give off light into our scene. If I change this across to cycles, you can see that it's now offering light into our scene. I could turn this up a fair bit more to something like 50, and suddenly we're getting a bit more light in that area. Most of our light, however, is coming from our light over here. I'm going to delete that for now, so we can see a really dark, dingy dungeon, lit very slightly by the background, but mainly by this torch. If I change back to Eevee now, we just get that blue, we don't get any of the light from the object. So again, that emission is not actually giving off light when we're in Eevee. But of course, if we go back to cycles, we have all this noise, and it takes a while to render. I can obviously speed that up with my GPU.
My fire is not very bright.
Turn that on, and I can turn on denoise here as well. And you can see it clears up that noise.
Let me double check the bloom thing. Eevee. I just upped intensity, upping radius. Let's check material here. Maybe I have to just like make it more emission strength.
But it's still taking a while to update when I move around my scene, and I've got a particularly powerful graphics card in my machine, so this is going relatively quickly. So for this section we'll work in Eevee, because like I say, it's much faster, updates instantly, and it should be the same on almost any computer that runs Blender. However, how do we solve the light problem?
We add a light.
Actually add in a light source. So I'll click on my torch and hold down Shift S to bring up my pie menu and select cursor to selected. And now my 3D cursor moves to the selected object. Now I'll press Shift A to add, come down to light and choose a point light. I'll zoom in on that and we can see that point light lighting up this area. And what I'll do, I'll move that up so it's right on top of my flame that's there. I'll select my light properties down here and I can change.
So let's move just the light. G. How come it's moving the whole thing? Just the light. I just want to move the light. Kind of confused. Just this. Is it like attached? Oh, proportional editing. G. I'll make it come from here roughly. Oops. The thing about editing in 3D, it's like, it's hard to see where the angles are. So let's like make sure it's like inside the flame there, our light. And then let's see what the instructor does next.
The color to make it more like flame, so bring it across to the yellow.
Point light. Let's see. A little more. I think like a orange makes more sense.
And suddenly it's looking a bit more like the light is coming from the flame. And I can turn the power up fairly high, something like 95, something close to 100, and suddenly our dungeon is lit by this torchlight here. Now just a note, if I zoom in once again on that object, if I bring the radius down to 0, that means it's a tiny little light that's sitting inside our flame, and therefore the light is blocked by the flame object. But as soon as I turn it up and make it a bit bigger, the default is 0.25, the light is emitting from outside the flame and therefore isn't being blocked by it. So take a moment to catch up with me and add in a point light, place it within your flame and give it a nice yellowy orangey colour and a power of around 100. Pause the video and have a go.
Cool, and I want to rename this. It's 0.5 flame light, so we know that's clear. That looks pretty dope. Let's continue.
Now we can't actually join the light to the flame and the torch, so whenever we duplicate it, we will have to select the light and the torch at the same time and duplicate them both at the same time with Alt D. But before we do that, let's move them into a new collection. So M to move to new collection, and torches. Press OK. Now I'm going to start duplicating them and putting them into position. So 7 to go to top view. I'm going to press Alt D to duplicate in the Y-axis and move that to the other wall down here. Now I used Alt D because let's say I want to change one of the lights, so I'll select one of the lights here and increase the brightness. It will update on all of them. I'll turn that back to around 100, so I think that's a bit more gloomy and dingy, more fun. And I'll duplicate it across the other side. And they can be a little bit awkward to select, so you can just box select and control.
Cool, so I added 3 torches there. And then I think this one might be at the wrong angle. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like sticking away from the wall. So let's do R Z 180. Huh? No, that did not work as expected. Hold on, let's do R Y. We can move it this way. And then I'll bring it a little closer to the wall. And then let's move this light in the X direction. So it's in the middle there. Okay. That looks good. So this torch with that light, let's go to top view, and we're going to do Alt D link duplicate, and then move in the Y direction. Eyeball, Alt D, Y direction, eyeball. Cool. Control S to save. That's looking legit so cool. Wow.
Whole box select to remove a selection of an object. I'll go back to top view, Alt D, move it across to this side. I'll just zoom in on that with period key, and obviously it's slanted the wrong way, so I'll R, Z, 180 to rotate it round, and G then X to move that closer to the wall like this. And we've got this fun looking dungeon now. Now at the moment our background is a dark grey, so it's not offering much light into our scene, which you may want. But let's take a closer look at our background by coming to the shader editor up the top left here, click on the drop down where it says object and change it to world.
Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to click object. Huh? Oh, in our materials menu. Should I change to world? Okay, here we go.
World. And our background is this dark grey colour here. If I bring that all the way to black, you can see we've only got those lights and it's very atmospheric, which works quite nicely. However, that can be a bit too extreme, and often a good idea is to change your background colour by clicking on the colour, give it a little bit more brightness, and maybe come across to the blues slightly. That way it still looks quite dark, but it does give some light into your scene, and therefore you can see a bit more detail in your objects. So again, if I come across to the background, if I make this a bit brighter, you can see the lights are still offering something in terms of atmosphere, but we can see a bit more of our model. This is probably a bit too light, so maybe a little bit lower, somewhere around there looks about right. This is very much a matter of preference, and some of you might like to go all the way down to the dark, dingy depths of the blackness there. But I'll bring it back up a little bit more.
Like
I must
kind of
admit,
this
I do quite
cool.
like the dark, but maybe just a little bit away from the blacks there, so we can see a bit more of the detail in our models somewhere around there. Okay, so the last thing for you to do then is to make sure you're happy with the lights in this particular room, and to play with the background colour and the tone of that background colour, so how bright it is, to get the right atmosphere for your scene. Once you've done that, make sure you've saved your work, ready for next time.
actually will go a
In this lecture,
little
we'll be
brighter.
completing the dungeon layout, and we'll be talking a little bit about how you can attach your modules to make sure they fit. So here's what we got up to last time, okay?
And the third monitor just broke again. It's not my stream. I think I might have to like reset my computer or something. This would be a good spot to end the stream. I think I might go ahead and finish this model and post it on Twitter. So if you want to follow more of this lovely game dev rants and content, feel free to follow me, Alina Likes Cozy, on Twitter and all the different platforms. I'm also on TikTok if you want some hyper cringe TikTok content there. But I think this is a good time to go ahead and end the stream. Not too many folks in chat looks like right now, so I'm gonna skip the rating out. I know. But everyone, thank you to all of those who stopped by, for those who are lurking here on YouTube and all of that. I don't think I don't know. I'll see if I'll do a late night stream tonight or not. I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like I need to go to bed early. Oh God, I also have to cook that turkey. That's a lot I need to do. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for your time, and stay cozy and stay warm this winter season.